Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for giving me a voice. I will talk today about dark fermentation of paper. So, cellulose strengthened for the journal industry and now being waste and needed to be utilized. The base of comes from fuel from paper called biological hydrogen production from paper mill effluent via dark fermentation in a packed bed biofilm reactor. The work is by Professor Tondro from Tehran University in Iran, and I will be why paper. Paper is very hard topic for many types, hard to utilize because it's very common and very big problem in every office, and how to transfer, convert it into something, recycle. And one of the option is to energy and making hydrogen and chemicals. The troublesome is big about transformation into simply sugar solution from paper and was usually by straight acid as Professor Zeman. But Professor as from uh, Wageningen University, and I would be talking about change because construct Professor Tondro from a special reactor and then used thermal pretreated anaerobic stage and without any pretreatment. And also with hydrolyzed paper mill effluent and without any solid. The hydrogen gas, as a result, was concentration was 41%. So similar to the cotton, the highest as of then. The highest production area was 6.21 in fully pretreated wear and 0.96. When if not, the hydrogen production was just 27.35. So it was milliliters per day. So was 600 higher in case of unpretreated case than unpretreated. The paper was pretreated and used not only hydrogen but volatile fatty acids to make process more cost effective because it has other source of getting money. Therefore, it is worth efficient, especially for funding, to find many source of earning earning by such a design plant. And utilized was as hydrogen is very important as replacement. That's why I'm making and replace conventional method. So paper, which is very big trouble, very big waste and common, is important to utilize. As we see, we have the trouble of paper that pulp uses much tons of water, even 2025. Traditional recycling of paper. Therefore, in case of trying to find methods that will reduce amounts of water and will be more water friendly and will be converted into biogas. Therefore, we can use biodigestion less water, so it's more friendly. The packed reactors are fine because this inoculum is kept, so it's not catch and can be this packing also assumed as again some then stress, for example, heat oven, heat inducer, so can be again inoculum stress to avoid uh, metagenesis, reaccumulation, and stopping hydrogen production. The paper was used many times as milk effluent, but it wasn't so efficient. It was several times used as, for example, extra as Professor Zeman, as Professor in 2002, and then from 2008 and 2012 in some cases, and was used as Professor Noble called special kind of with adding of sugar. It helps, but it was very low. That condition used in the study was beside this unique because was only temperature was 37 as mesophilic, so suitable, but pH wasn't acidic. It was neutral, so uh, very unusual. It shows that was more unstrict bacteria than strict Constidium. So inoculum, which was based from wastewater treatment, it wasn't. It was enough to keep them in heat shock to keep. That wasn't necessary to keep in pH. So it's also in this case we have no investment in pH, which is very interesting. The uh, samples and paper was meshed before using into 1 millimeter and stored into cold for before use. It shows that 77 remain gas usually remains 33%. The hydrogen was production reached in every 3 days, was closed, and then needs to be replaced in inoculum, and 9 cycles were used. Therefore, we should see that it can be, according to this research, very good source of hydrogen and can be similar, the case similar to sour cabbage, but it's more common. So we can is potential hydrogen source, and if will be mixed with others, then we can be being used in technical for biofuels and other cases. And as using also preparing also volatile acid, this volatile acid can be used both as microbial self-feed or in pharmacy or another source to even polymers. And this, if paper, because it's cellulose, then maybe can be by enzymes, and also the enzymes coming from waste because it was enzymatic. It can be also treatment of paper because means it can be used to directly as Professor Igba. So this process after modification can be very optimized and useful and combined with other renewable sources. I hope that is enough for today. Thank you very much for listening.